Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Prince Patel. If you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it for getting latest and interesting upcoming video notification. In this tutorial, we will learn the conditional statement in C. In the previous video, we had learned the if-else statement, ladder-else if statement, nested statement. In this video, we will learn switch statement. And we also learn break, continue and go to statement. But before starting my session, I will request you to take a note and pen with you to note down some important points which will help you in your future study. So let's start our session. So what is switch statement? It allows us to execute one of the coding block among the many. You can also do same thing by using ladder else if, because the syntax and the working of switch statement is similar as a ladder else if only. But the difference between both is that in ladder else if we are checking a condition and in switch we will compare a value. Means if you want to check that the value is greater than 70 or not, then you have to use the ladder else if only. You cannot check condition in switch case. You can only compare value, whether the given value is this or not. In short, we can say that the switch statement is a user choice. Let's we understand by one example. You all have seen the ATM machine, right? In ATM machines, there are many options. You can withdraw the money, you can check your balance, you can take a mini statement, right? Many options are there. You are giving a choice what you want to do. If you are saying that you want to withdraw the money, then you will select the option withdraw. Then the machine will execute the code of withdraw only. It will not execute the code of mini statement or balance inquiry, etc. Right. So that is a one type of example of switch statement. There are many options and it will take a choice from user what the user want to do. Right. So what is the syntax of switch statement? Let's check. So for that you have to use the keyword switch in a small letter. In parenthesis you have to pass a variable. Here you can pass only one variable and that variable can be of any data type. Either it can be an integer, float or character. Right. Then the curly bracket. Then you have to make case. So case. Then you have to give the value of case. So I had given a value 1 means. Right. So case value 1. Then colon. Body part and break. Again case value 2. Body part break. You can create number of case and at the last you can create default. It is optional. If you want to give some message, when all case are unmatched, then you can apply default. So default body part. Default is a last statement So it is not necessary that you have to apply break after default also. If you want to apply the break after default, you can apply. No problem. It will not give an error. And the scope of switch will be closed up. So this is the syntax of switch statement. So here is the simple example of switch statement in which I had created a variable name as a and I had passed that a variable in switch. Then I have created three case 1, case 2 and case 3. Friends, it is not necessary that you have to pass case value in sequence. You can pass any value or you can also give value as a characters. Right. Okay. So let's check what is the output of this program. So the output of this program will be case 2 because my value A is matched with case value 2. But if I will give the value which will not match any case, then my output will be default. As you can see, I had given value 9, so it give me the output default. But if you not write break, then what happen? So if you are not writing break, then it will execute all case. As you can see here, my first case is matched with my value, so it has execute case 2, case 3, case 4 and default all. Now let's see the working of switch statement. So first the compiler will take a entry in switch block. It will check the case value with my given value. So my first case value is matched with my given value because case value is also 1 and I had also given value 1, a equals to 1. So it will execute case 1 and take a exit from switch. Now let's see if the case 1 is not matched with the given value, then what happens? So first the compiler will take entry inside the switch block. It will check case 1. So case 1 is unmatched with the given value because I had given value 2. Then it will check the another case. So case value 2 is matched with my given value. So it will execute case 2 and take a exit from it. Same thing, if my case 1 and case 2 not match with the given value, then what happen? So it will take an entry, check case 1 matching with value, no, case 2 no, case 3 yes. So then it will execute case 3 and take a exit from it. But if no case are matching with my given value, then so let's see, it will take an entry in loop, in switch statement, check the case with the given value, it will unmatch. Again it will checking another case, also unmatch, another case also unmatch. Then it have only last option default. Why? If all case value are unmatched with the given value, then it will execute default only. So it will execute default and take a exit from it. So this is the working of switch statement. Now see what is the break statement. So the break statement is used to break the execution of program. Use of break statement. So first, when a break statement is used inside a loop, then the loop will be immediately terminate and resume the next statement. Means if the condition is going true, then also loop will be terminate. Right. But if you are using break in a loop, then you have to use if statement, and you can apply break in if only. Otherwise your loop will not work. And last, you can also use break statement to terminate the case in switch statement. Right. Okay. Let's see the example of break statement. So in the previous we had seen the example of break with switch. Now let's see the example of break with for loop. So here I am making loop from 1 to 10. It means it will execute 10 times. But you can see the output, it execute only 4 times. Why? Because I had given a condition in loop that if the value of I will be 5, then my loop will be break. Right. So my loop will execute only 4 times. It will not execute 10 times. Right. That's why my output is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's see the working of break statement with switch. So we had seen this also, but let's see again. First the compiler will take an entry in switch. It will compare the value of case with the given value. If the case value is matched with the given value, it will execute the case, and I had given break, so it will break the execution from here and throw the compiler outside the scope. So this is the working of break with switch. Now let's see the working of break with for loop. So first the compiler will enter in a loop. It will check condition I equals to 2, but my value of I is 1. So the condition is being false. So it will not execute the if block, it will execute the for loop body, means it will execute the printf and take a exit, and it will go again to execute the next for loop. So again the compiler will take a entry in for loop. Again it will check a condition, but now my value of I is become 2. So the condition become true. So it will execute the if block. In if block I had given break, so it will break my execution. It will not execute my for loop body. It will directly terminate my loop and take a exit from it. So this is the working of break with for loop. Now we will learn continue statement. So what is the continue statement? So the continue statement is used to skip the current body of the loop and continue with the next body. Use of continue statement is when we want to skip the execution of the statement inside the body of loop for the current iteration. Means the execution is running, but for a particular value I don't require the body of loop, then I can skip that body. For that I can use continue statement, but it will use with if statement only when we are using inside a loop. Means if I am using continue statement inside loop, then it can use with if statement only. Now let's see the program of continue statement. So here I have created one program of continue statement in which I had used the for loop starting from 1 and goes to 10. But you can see output, it is printing a value 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will not print my value 5 because I had given that if the value of I is equals to 5, then do continue. So it will skip the for loop body when the value of I is equals to 5. Right. It is, you can see that it is similar as a break program. Instead of break, I had written continue. Right. So let's see the difference of both. So here you can see, if I will write break, then it will stop my loop. Then it will print on my value 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. But if I had given continue, then it will skip my loop. It will not stop, it will skip, and in break it will stop the loop. Okay, so let's see the execution, means the working of continue. So compiler will enter in a loop, it will check my condition. So here I had given a condition I equals to 2. So my value of I is now 1. So the condition will be false. It will not execute the if block. It will execute my for loop body and take a exit from for loop and go to execute loop again. So again the compiler will enter in a loop. It will again check the condition, and now value of I is become 2. So the condition become true. So compiler will directly continue my loop. It will not execute my for loop body. Right. So again it will enter in a loop. Again it will check my condition, but my value of I is 3. So the condition will be false. So compiler will execute my for loop body and take a exit from it, because now my loop condition is been terminated. So this is a working of continue statement. Now we will learn go to statement. So what is a go to statement? So the go to statement is used to jump the compiler directly to the given label mentioned in a go to statement. The label is identifier. When the go to statement is executed, the controller will jump to the label and start executing the given code. But you have to take note that the use of go to statement is highly disadvantaged in any programming language, because first, the go to statement makes the program flow difficult. Second, it makes the program hard to understand, because you can't understand the flow of your program, right? And third, it's very difficult to modify the programs, right? So that's why the go to statement is not used more in any programming languages. Next, syntax of go to statement. So go to, then label name, you can apply here numbers of line code, then label name and colon. Label name must be different than your variable name or any function name, right? You can give any name to a label, but it must be different than variable and function name. Then colon, and you can give numbers of line code after label name. Now let's see one program of go to statement. So here is my program. I had given a label name as again. After that I take a value from user. Then I am checking that if value of a is not equals to 1111, then go to again. It means the compiler will go back to again label. Again it will take my value. Again it will compare. If I will enter a value 1111, then it will display my message that pin is correct. So let's see our output. So as you can see, I had entered 1, 2, 3, 4. So it asks me again value. So again I had entered 4231. It asks me again. So now I had entered 1111. So it display my message pin is correct. Now let's see the working of goto statement. So first my compiler will ask me for a value, then it will compare my value to a given value. So I had given value 1 2 3 4. So condition become true because 1 2 3 4 is not equals to 1 1 1 1. So compiler will go back to a label again. Again it will ask me a value. Again it will check condition. I had entered value 1 1 1 1. So condition become false. Then it will execute my next statement, which is printf pin is correct. It will execute that statement and take a exit from it. So this is a working of goto statement. So friend, in this tutorial we had learned switch statement, break statement, continue statement and goto statement. If you are having any doubts, you can comment me or you can mail me. ID is given in my description. If you want to grow up your skill or you want to do more practice, then do the practicals given in my description. If you are not see the previous video of conditional statement part 1 and part 2, see that video. You will learn better what is the conditional statements. So thank you. You can also follow us on Instagram. Name as smartcomputer_ctm_vastral. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.